What's happening? What's up? Alright, so my mom out of her comfort zone right now. She don't really like to what do you call it? Free flow? Right?
Wing it.
Yeah, wing it when it comes to speaking or whatnot. So, alright, well, this whole trip for PVT, which is Parent Vision Trip, is all out of your comfort zone. So, for like the last 5 days, I've had the honor to have my mom serve next to me, and we've been we've been able to do missionary work. So what I've been doing the last 8 months, they set out basically 5-6 days for parents to come out and get a glimpse of what a racer's life is like. So, Mom, how you feeling?
Here we go.
Right. So what expectations did you have coming on the race?
To be honest with you, I didn't have any expectations at all. That's one thing that I'm trying to learn, not to put expectations on things, because with expectations, a lot of times come disappointments. So I was just coming here not expecting anything, but just to have a good time, happy to see my son, and to just be a servant for Christ.
Same here. I didn't have any expectation. I'm like, I just knew that, we was gonna have a good time, because my mom and I, we were very close, got a very strong bond. So I just knew whatever God had in store, that it was gonna be all right, and we're gonna grow through whatever it was. I think that was really like my biggest prayer, is that my mom, gets put outside of her comfort zone. So when was a moment that you realized, like, dang, I'm outside my comfort zone?
Actually, when we were in one of the poor villages, evangelizing and handing out Bibles, and they had asked who wanted to come and speak to one of the ladies that was on the street, and so nobody said anything, and so I said, this is what I'm here for, and so I volunteered, and so with an interpreter, I was able to have a conversation with her, and I just didn't know what to say. It's hard when you don't speak their language, and their face is kind of just have a stone face, so you don't know if they're accepting you, if they want to listen to you, if they want to hear what you have to say. So I think at that point, I knew I was outside my comfort zone.
But you did a good job. I think that's like my biggest. I just kind of stepped back and my all right, it's either my mom or Kendall's mom is gonna have to step up. And I had the opportunity. Stop doing that, because it's shaking the camera. I had the opportunity to kind of show my mom how I personally evangelize, as far as not going straight into the gospel. I think you asked, how you doing? I think the second question was, do you know God? That was it, right? I'm like, dang, ain't wasting no time.
He told me that I should have, if it were me,
right.
that he would have started out with an icebreaker, which that I normally do that in conversation with people, or whenever I speak, or I'm facilitating a group. But again, this was outside my comfort zone, and I'm not used to just winging it. So,
right.
And I was just nervous.
Yeah. It's true that the first time I ever did it, same thing happened. So, I think this month was the biggest growth I've seen personally, as far as me evangelizing and what that looks like for me personally, and just God just saying, Rashad, just be you. I ain't called you to be a Billy Graham to evangelize. I ain't called you to be a TD Jakes.
Right.
You just Rashad. You just go, have that big old smile, laugh, joke around, and then allow the Holy Spirit just to veer from there.
Right.
Right. But I think I saw you really enjoy yourself. Saw you step out of your comfort zone. You were very just observant. We had an opportunity to go into his name was Stephen. He invited us into his gate, and we had basically a dinner.
Yeah. He actually we handed him a Bible out earlier in the day, and like I said, it was a small village, and about maybe 20 minutes later, we ran into him again. He was out on his bicycle, and he was just happy to see us, and he invited us into his home to break bread with him and to have a meal. So that was, I don't know, that really touched me, because again, you can tell that they're very poor, and even though we were from America and we didn't speak Romanian, but we had an interpreter, he wanted to bring us into his home, strangers into his home, to eat and fellowship with him. So that was a blessing.
You know what really blew my mind?
What's that?
That the fact that you ate out of his bowl. Like I'm thinking, I said, I don't know if my mom gonna eat out this man's. You know, she don't know what this man's house looked like inside. You know how we get. So it was cool just to really see, just, all right, well, he brought it out, so I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna eat it. Yeah. I'm not gonna necessarily, look inside the bowl to see if it's clean.
Well, I mean, I eyed it.
Right, you eyed it. Right.
I did. I eyed it. It looked clean.
But the soup was good though.
It was.
Yeah, we was tearing it up.
Well, I did not eat. It was. Okay, so here's the thing. He had chickens and roosters and dogs in his yard, kind of like near where we were sitting. He kind of like had a picnic table underneath the shelter. And so again, there were the roosters and chickens and dogs and whatnot. So it was just something to know that chicken that he put in the soup was probably just once in in the yard. So I didn't eat the chicken. I told them that I just wanted the broth, so I just ate the broth of the soup. But it was seasoned so good and had the vegetables and everything. So
it was fire.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So what's one takeaway that you want to apply once you get back into America? Anything in particular? Like one life lesson?
Yeah. Again, I'm winging this. He didn't really tell me what we're going to be talking about, but this is an easy question for me because I actually thought about it. I will personalize it. I think I show love in America and to my neighbors and people that I don't know, but I didn't see what it was truly like to love until I got here in this country and being around the people that were poor and just being around the racers such as Rashad. They have grown so much in their relationship with Christ and just the way they loved on us, the parents, the way that you see them love on the people in the village. We're actually, where we stayed, we were in a village, but where we evangelized at was maybe an hour away in a very poor, it was another type of village. Yeah, but they were poor, and but just to see the love of the people that had nothing just blew my mind. And I went to bed that night saying I can do much better, loving and showing the love of Christ. I that's something that I thought I was doing okay in, but I have a lot of improvement to do. To be honest with you,
we all do.
Yeah,
I think that's one thing about God. He'll never stop calling us to go deeper when it comes to loving our neighbor. But I got another question.
Oh boy.
I didn't know how my mom was gonna react and respond to people staring or taking pictures.
Ooh-wee. You want to go there?
Let's go there.
Okay.
So I mean, how'd you feel when it came to people staring?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's different than over in the U.S. That's something that my hat goes off to Rashad and the other people, foreigners of, whether they're black or from Africa or whatever, they have to endure, because that is something that is difficult. I mean, they stare, they ask to take pictures. It's just a very uncomfortable feeling, that was hard. As a matter of fact, when we're in the capital of Romania. We're in Bucharest, which is a big city, a city that you would see in the United States, and we were in an area called Old Town, which is really touristy, but it has a lot of the locals and Romanians there. And there was a lady, you could tell she was a tourist herself. She was from another country, and she had a camera, a professional camera, and she went up to take a picture. And she could have been taking a picture of a building behind us or anything around us, but because I had experience, people wanted to take a picture of me because I'm black. I turned my head like, okay, no, not today and not now. And I noticed when I had looked back, Rashad did too, and I said, I think she was trying to take a picture of me. Rashad said, yeah, that's what I thought too. So, yeah, that's something that's very difficult to have to deal with. I didn't like it.
But I think there's always like a blessing within a curse, right? So I think what I've learned personally was since I do stand out that I am a minority, to allow God's light to shine within me and allow the opportunity to really allow the opportunity to share the gospel, through all of that. So Isaac's mom just came in. That's Isaac's mom.
That's my roommate.
Yep,
so we're rooming together, and so she just came in. But.
Yeah, we just got to relax with our parents. It's the last night officially, and about to just kick it. Well, that's the video, y'all. I kind of wanted just to update y'all and allow y'all just to get a glimpse of my mom and I's PVT experience. We out.
Peace.